Hi, and welcome back to another episode of AdTastic. I'm your host, Tony Stanel, and today we're talking to Quimby Melton, the CEO of Confection. Welcome, Quimby.
Tony, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to chat with your audience.
Sure. Well, for those who don't know, tell us a little about what Confection does.
You bet. In marketing operations circles, we're seeing a real change in the way that websites process digital marketing data. And that could be everything from a page view to an ad impression, anything like that. And Confection comes in and it makes those systems more durable. It makes the event tracking work a lot better than it has in the past. And I think we can talk a little bit more about what's coming down the pike. But at a high level, we help companies make better digital marketing data.
Right, and you help them with it seems like the full cycle of ingestion and storage, et cetera. Is that the case?
That's exactly right. Our operating theory is that traditionally we rented access to a lot of resources. That could be the cross-domain script that brought your information in, the CRM that stores your information, and then whatever system you use to distribute that information out to your team. And the reality that we see going forward, I think businesses are going to need to be a lot more self-sufficient with all three of those actions: the ingestion, storage, and then distribution of digital marketing data. So you're exactly right, Tony. That's exactly what we do.
So it sounds like there's going to be a shift, or you're suggesting that there is, from renting to owning or creating and owning.
Right, and this issue really goes back to 2017 at the latest, really. And at that point in time, that's when Safari and Firefox stopped supporting third-party cookies and cross-domain scripts by default, right? So at that point, you had 20 to 25% of potentially data leakage in terms of events not reaching your analytics systems or contextual information about visitor behavior not reaching your CRM. So it goes back quite a few years. And then, of course, as Chrome begins to depreciate those same assets, it scales the situation enormously. So instead of 20 to 25% of people, you're talking about 3/4 of the web browsing population. And so as we move forward in time, we have to think about the way these systems work with one another.
Right. Now, at AdTastic, we like to talk about specific examples of how you've improved or helped your client's business. Could you share one or two of them with us today?
Right. So for an advertiser, and this would be people on the sell side. So let's think about a publisher, for example. If you're a publisher and you set your ad rates based on, page views, essentially CPMs, like how many times is that ad going to be seen on a page? And if you're not tracking page views, then you're not able to set your ad rates correctly. So we have a customer down in Brazil. It's an arts and culture magazine. And they were essentially undercounting their page views substantially. And it translated into a loss of, $2,000 a month in ad revenue. So once they were installed Confection, it was very easy for them to track more of their page views and therefore set their ad rates more effectively and capture all that lost revenue. So for people on the sell side of the digital ad equation, this information has real tangible value.
And it sounds like it comes from you and not an outside source that is reading and monitoring the data.
That's right. So I think, what we really facilitate first-party data relationships, and that's really our job, is to say, let's make sure businesses can ingest the information they need directly from the people who visit their site or interact with their application. And let's send that to an endpoint that our customer controls, right? So we facilitate that first-party relationship between, someone who operates a site and then their customer. So that's exactly right. We manage that for them. Right.
Now, in the last couple of seconds we have left, Quimby, could you tell me what do you see on the horizon? What's going to affect your business in the next foreseeable future?
Right, and this is kind of what you and I were chatting about earlier, Tony. The idea of marketing as operational expense, right, versus marketing as a capital expenditure. And so the main shift that I see going forward is we're going to, as marketers, we can rely less on these systems that we rent access to. We're going to start building our own systems. And, on a long enough timeline, I think that also includes, maybe fueling your own ad network with your own customer data. So I think what we're really going to see going forward is a lot more owning, a lot more building from marketers, which is a real polar shift in terms of what how marketers have interacted with with digital marketing data in the past. So really exciting development, and we're trying to help people to make that pivot effectively.
Yeah, exciting times. I learned a few things here too. So thanks for chatting with us, Quimby.
Thank you, Tony. Thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining us on this episode of AdTastic. You can find out more about Quimby Melton at dailyadbrief.com. We'll see you soon.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.